Hi, Felicitas. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very happy to have you. So we just wanted to learn a little bit more about you. So can you share more about your journey in the equestrian world and how you first got interested in horses, in dressage and everything?
Yeah, so my dad was always into horses. He used to ride when he was younger, but then his job got too busy, so he couldn't really ride anymore. But when I first showed interest for horses, he was all into it because he was like, oh my God, yeah, I mean, they're great and beautiful creatures. And so he really supported me. And then at some point when I was younger, probably around like 9 or 10 years old, I got my first pony, but I didn't have any competitive ambitions at that point. I mean, I really just, enjoyed being with a pony and riding and just being at the barn with friends. And then I used to take my pony to Kasia, who were living like 1.5 hours from us in Germany. And I did like riding vacations there. And then I fell for horses more and more. And at some point, I wanted to focus on my riding even more when I was 13 years old. And we moved to Hagen, which is where Kasias were located. And yeah, we've been there ever since. And then I slowly also got, some competitive ambitions. And but I really fell in love with the horses first, and then the love for the sport came second.
Nice. Was your dad also in dressage, right? Or
well, he was like trail riding. I don't even think he had an arena. Yeah, he just loved horses, and he was like trail riding. And
nice. Yeah, nice. So congratulations on your recent win on week 1 of Global Dressage. How does it feel for you, this success?
Well, it's definitely really rewarding. We put a lot of time and put a lot of love and effort into this. So it's definitely really rewarding, but I always say it's just like the cherry on top, because the daily life with the horses, it's great. So then also doing well at the competition, and it's always like the cherry on top. Yeah.
Nice. Was this your first time at the Friday Night Stars?
It was my first time at the Friday Night Stars. And yeah, I was loving it. The audience, the crowd was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun for sure. So can you tell us a little bit more about your horse, about the Drombusch OLD? How do you came across him, and how long has this how long have you had it, and what qualities make a remarkable horse?
So my uncle Christoph Kasia, he bought him when he was just 5 years old. And at that point he was, I don't want to say difficult, but he was very energetic, and you had to handle him right. But I mean, he was never like dangerous or like he's very good at heart, and he's always been that way. But he was very energetic, so a little wild. And then
he was 5. So
he was 5, exactly. Totally fine. And then at 6 years old, I bought him because, I was very lucky. He's a rather small horse. He's on the tinier side for sure. Now that he's built up all the muscles, you can't notice it that much anymore. But he's not very tall. So then, we were looking for a future prospect for me. And we came across Drombusch, and Christoph was like, yeah, he might be just right for you.
Nice.
And he definitely was right with that.
Wow. So you have him for how long?
For about him when he was 6, so for almost 8 years now.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. So how has this long-standing connection contribute to your success as a rider?
Well, a lot for sure, because we're very close and we have a really deep love and connection for each other, I hope. I mean, he's always happy to see me. So, nice. And, he really does everything for me. I mean, he really, he wants to be the best possible version of himself for me. And I really appreciate it.
And it's really showing now in the results, right?
And he just loves to show off. I mean, he's great at home. He's great in training. He doesn't really have bad days because he always wants to please the rider and the persons around him. But at the show, I mean, he all of a sudden he gets even bigger underneath me, and he loves to show off, and especially when there's people around too. I mean, he was very good in the Grand Prix, but then at the Friday night stars where there was people around, and you know, in the lights, he was, I mean, showing off, and he was on fire, but like so focused and so on point. So that is the greatest quality a horse could ever have, loving to show off and to do all of that in the ring too.
Nice. And he was also calm, right? I mean, at the end,
because
you guys were doing
exactly.
the awards.
No, he, you know, he is super energetic and on fire for the test. But as soon as I like let go of the reins and pat him, he's like, okay, I can be relaxed now. He's very intelligent. Yeah, he knows exactly in what moment he has to be at 100% focus and, you know, showing off. But the second he knows, okay, I'm done now, I did my job, he's like,
nice.
I'll relax. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. That's a huge, great quality of a horse. So beyond that partnership with Drombusch, do you own or are you training other horses at the moment?
I do have a young mare that's 6 years old now, who stayed in Germany just because it's also way too expensive to ship a lot of horses over here. But Christoph has brought his training horses to Wellington too.
Oh, nice.
So that
you're helping with your riding.
Exactly. I'm riding young horses. I'm riding more educated horses. That has also helped me a lot in my riding to get a feel also for different horses and to be able to, you know, really
have
feel
a
different variety. Exactly. Yeah.
So are you riding any of those horses like for competition, or?
I showed a young mare, a 5-year-old mare at the National Week 1 at Global, who also did great. It was her first competition of her life, and she did a great job. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So winning the team and individual gold medals at the Under-25 European Championship is definitely a remarkable achievement. Congratulations on that one as well.
Thank you.
That's great. So can you share some of the highlights from that experience?
Yeah, so the highlight for me was because, you know, usually I'm always riding for myself and for my home support team and my home stable, Caucho Dressage. But that time I was actually riding for my home country, which was, I mean, a great honor, especially because, you know, Germany is very competitive.
Right.
So it was a great honor that I was picked alongside the other girls to represent Germany there and that they believed in me like that. So that was a great honor for me for sure. And it was a great experience to be there with the team. So my first team experience was at the Nations Cup here last season. And I was loving that because it's so great to be doing it as a team. And then at the Europeans, I experienced that again. It was a great, a great team.
So it was a different team, right, for the Nation Cups? And
so the Nations Cup was like a senior team. It was Anna Abelin, Frederick Wondress, and Michael Klimke. And at the Europeans, it was a group of girls, Emike Rotenberger, Helen Erbe, and Selina Söder. And it was a very nice group of people, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So how do you approach training Drombusch? Are there any specific training methods or routines that you find particularly effective and helpful?
Well, we for sure don't do a lot of exercise at home. We just focus on communication. So what I always want to achieve is that I keep getting the communication better and better and better. I think we're at a very high level of good communication already, but like it can always get better. And that's what I'm trying to do every single day, just getting the communication even better. And I use some tools for that. For example, transitions. I do a lot of transitions. Walk canter, trot canter, canter trot, all of that. I mean, within the gates too, forward, back. I use a lot of that just so that I can, you know, at the end, give like minimal aids and he will understand. So that's what I'm always definitely trying to achieve is like better communication as good as we can. Yeah.
Do you ride him every day or?
Well, yeah, of course he gets off days and like you know, just relax days.
Yeah.
But I'm riding him. Yeah.
Every day. Nice. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, that definitely helps the connection and all the experience. So looking ahead, what are your equestrian goals for the near future? Do you have specific competitions in miles or milestones that you're aiming for?
Well, I definitely want to, keep doing seniors for now. We'll see how the season goes in Europe, but here in Wellington, I want to keep doing the seniors, the big tour, and get more experience in that. And yeah, hope we're going to do well. I'm just happy as long as he stays happy and fit. Right. I mean, that's always my ultimate goal. Just keep him happy and fit. And yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you were mentioning you're doing the CDI this weekend as well, right?
Week 3, exactly. We're going to do week 3, and then we're going to have a little break again. Yeah.
All right, that's great. So for beyond that competition arena, and I know we talk a little bit about that. So what is your relationship like with Drombusch? I mean, you said he's happy to see you every day, and how do you ensure that strong bond outside of training and competition?
Yeah, so well, I do everything with him. Like I don't get him tagged up or anything like that, because I want to do everything on my own with him, because yeah, I want to have
attack him yourself.
Oh yeah, I want to have a really special bond with him, and I think that helps me a lot with him, because he really knows who his person is, and thank God that's me. But yeah, no, I do everything myself with him, and I try to spend as much time possible with him. And
does he have a special treat that you give him, or
well, he loves everything when it comes to treats. He loves his carrots, his apples, his bananas, his stud muffins, everything.
Every treat.
Every treat.
And this little one?
This little one loves her treats too, Lulu. Yeah.
Lulu? Does Drombusch love Lulu?
He loves her, but she's scared of him. So he sometimes tries to approach her, and like sniff, 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 but Lulu runs away. He's a little too big for her.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. But she's still good around them.
Oh yeah, and the good thing is she takes care of herself, so she wouldn't like go underneath a horse or anything.
You don't need to get out of
it. No, exactly. She takes good care of herself, so that's
and she stays close to you as well.
Oh yeah, yes, most of the time, yeah.
When you're riding, where does she just sits?
She sometimes she would sit by the arena, other times she'll lay in her bed. It depends on her mood. Yeah.
So cute. So for young riders, I mean, you are a young rider as well, but you started like coming here from very young age as well. So for young riders aspiring to reach that level of success that you have achieved, what advice do you have for them in the equestrian journey that they might be just starting, they might not be clear on their path, or what advice can you give them?
Like some days it will for sure feel impossible and like out of reach totally. I mean, I've felt that way so many times. But eventually it will all come together, and I mean, all we can do is always trying to get a little better each day, and form a connection with your horse and have a support team around you who will tell you, no, it is not impossible, it is not out of reach. I think it's important to have a strong group of people around you who will tell you that it's all doable and that you can do it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great segue to my next question. So as you were mentioning, behind every successful rider, there is often that strong support system. So can you talk a little bit more about your team and the role they have played in your success?
Yeah, so I mean, I have a great team around myself and around Drombusch. My parents for sure play the biggest role because they
are they here in Florida? Or?
My mom's here, yes. Nice. And my dad will come visit me in a few weeks. Nice. With one of my brothers. I have 3 brothers.
Wow.
That are all not into riding at all, but all support me. I mean, they all support me.
At all.
No, not at all.
They have their own.
Yeah. They have nothing to do with equestrian sport except for me.
Oh wow.
But
are they older or?
Yeah, they're a bit older. I'm the youngest one, and my parents for sure have always played the biggest role because it's also financially challenging to have horses for sure.
Yeah.
But they have always supported me. Nice. And they have done everything they possibly could And my mom travels to every competition with me.
Oh, wow.
Or when I'm like short on time some days, she would give Drombusch an extra grooming session, and he loves
Does she
her.
ride or not?
She is a little scared of horses, just a little bit, but she's gotten used to it, and she loves them, and she loves Drombusch. So they actually also have a very strong bond, because
wow.
I mean, he knows that she's his grandma, and that she will always bring treats. So and give him good like grooming sessions.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
she does a lot for me, and she, you know, supports me on every step of the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And your uncle, right? Christopher.
Exactly. So then I have the Koshler family, my Aunt Patricia and my Uncle Christoph,
Okay.
who also, I mean, they have supported me from the very beginning, and they've always been there on every step of the way too. And
are they from your dad's side or your mom's side?
on my mom's side.
Oh, okay.
So Patricia is my aunt, and she married Christoph.
Uh-huh.
So now he's become my uncle. I always call him my uncle,
yeah,
because
uncle,
now
sure.
he is. And yeah, I mean, they have taught me so much. Christoph has taught me so much about riding. Patricia has taught me so much about, you know, how to handle horses and, you know, do everything
so Patricia
properly.
is also in the equestrian community.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you have grooms also that help you?
Yeah, we have a great groom, Lauren.
Oh yeah, she.
And right now also a very nice guy called Noah. They're both great. So they're both my co-workers, and we're a great team. So also when I'm at the competition with Drombusch, they will always have my back and make sure that I've got enough time to do him properly at the show and take my time with him. So that's also really important. Yeah. Really, really important. Yeah.
And do they travel with you, or you?
Yeah, they were in Germany with us, and now they've come here with us. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So it's like a
and I mean, there's also a huge team around Drombusch, from farrier to vet to physiotherapist, all of that. I mean, it's so important to have a great team around you who always try to do their very best for you and your horse, and that's yeah, that's very great.
So, what are some of those challenges that you have faced while in your career as an equestrian?
Well, yeah, as I said, it sometimes felt impossible, and
like the mental challenge.
Yeah, it's sometimes it does feel impossible. I mean, I used to be very nervous at competitions, and I thought that would never go away. So that was really challenging for me. But
and now you're not nervous?
No, I've worked with a great sports psychologist in Germany, who has helped me a lot, and who helped me to, you know, trust my horse in the ring too. Because all of a sudden I would go in the ring and I would kind of lose my feeling for the horse a little bit, and I would just be like out.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, that has been gone for a while now, and now I feel very strong mentally. Great. And
it's showing for sure. I mean,
yeah, thank God. Yeah, I feel very strong mentally, and that was a big challenge for me, because I was like, wow, I'm not sure whether I can ever do that well at the show as I do at home, because I knew I could do it at home, and then at the show all of a sudden I would, as I said, somehow blank out a little bit. Wow. So overcoming this challenge has definitely been a big achievement.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And just by like talking about it and getting that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of good strategies to keep myself focused, and to just trust my horse. And it definitely also helps that I've had him for 8 years now, so I know him inside out. I know exactly how he feels. I mean, I just need to come to the barn in the morning. I know how he feels, and he knows me so well. So I think that really helps. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, you know, that I stay focused on myself, and that I don't compare myself to others too much. Exactly. So that's what I used to do. I'm like, oh, how's he gonna do? How's she gonna do? But at the end of the day, it's really just about how am I gonna do? How am I gonna do with my horse? And realizing that has been great. Also, you know, that realizing that I am at this competition, at this specific competition, because I want to be there. Right. Like, my parents are not pressuring me to go to that competition or anything like that. My trainer isn't pressuring me to go to that competition. It's just because I want to do that, and because I felt like I was ready for that. So I need to keep that feeling up and keep it going.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I mean, nobody but you are the one that motivates yourself.
Exactly,
and that passion is coming
So
from
realizing that has definitely been a big achievement.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how long have you been coming to Florida for the season? It's been a while, right?
I think I started my first season 2015, and then I've had some breaks in between because of school and university. So some years I couldn't come, but this is my 5th season here already. Yeah, I started when I was doing juniors.
I think I saw a video of you in the junior days.
Yeah, so I did juniors.
You were like 15.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now I'm here in the senior, which is really cool to think about.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how does that coming to Florida season and participating in the Florida season has benefit your training and overall your career? I mean, you see the benefit of coming every year. And
yeah, well, it's the weather for sure. It's a lot better than in Germany.
So right now it's very cold in Germany.
It's pretty cold and rainy and just not very.
You couldn't even train probably if you were there.
Well, we do have indoors. So, yeah, we do have indoors, so we can still train, but it's a lot nicer for the horses here because they can enjoy their turnout in the sun and not in a big rain blanket.
Right.
So it's definitely a lot nicer here. They just get through the winter a lot better, I feel like. And then also, I mean, it's so great that the showground is so close. So in Europe, we usually need to travel pretty long distance to go to the next show, to the next big show, like a CDI. And here we just drive 10 minutes and we're right by the showground. So it's a lot less stress for the horse.
Right.
And it makes it possible to show more regularly than in Europe because we just don't have all the traveling stress. It's not that exhausting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really great about being here. And so weather and traveling, both big time.
Nice. And the opportunities to compete as well.
Yeah,
that's nice. So you mentioned you did school, right? You already finished college and everything? Or?
Yeah, so I went to university. I did like business economics.
Nice.
And I got my bachelor in that. And after that, I was thinking, should I do a master? Should I focus on my riding? But Drombusch is in his prime years right now, so I really want to focus on that as much as possible. And I do want to stay in riding. So I hope that I would just pursue my professional career.
Nice.
And do well in the horse business.
Yeah, but that's good that you already have also your business background.
For sure. It was also important for my parents.
They're like, you have to have your degree as well.
Yeah. And it's good that I did it because it was a lot of basics that I feel like they should be teaching in school already. Right. So it was definitely good to know about all of that. Yeah.
So were you able to ride while you were in college? Or?
Yeah, a little less, but it was during COVID. So most of it was online. So I didn't even have to go to university really, and could kind of choose my times to do university. Exactly. So I could still ride more than I would have thought. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
And the masters, you will do it later if you want
to. Yeah, if I want to, we'll see about that. Right now, I'm really focused on riding, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a master's or not. But it doesn't really feel like it right now. But never say never. You never know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, having the degree, that's like that's really good.
For sure.
For sure. So outside of the equestrian world, what are some of your interests or hobbies? How do you unwind and recharge? I mean, I know we're doing a podcast on your day off, so still.
Yeah, I do have a day off. I've already been to the barn, and I go back to the barn. So even on my days off, I would for sure always do Drombusch and take care of them. So I'm at the barn every day, except for when I'm like on vacation, which is definitely less for equestrian people than non-equestrian. But that's totally okay. And
but you're always on vacation, kind of. I mean, you're doing
exactly. I mean, we're doing what we're loving, so there's really no reason to complain. But I mean, I'm a big family person, so I love spending time with my family. That is always recharging my batteries for sure. And all my brothers, I mean, I'm really missing them right now. And 2 of them already have kids, and family time is very important. And then I have great friends in Germany and here, which is also always recharging my battery. So yeah, and I do some running, some jogging. That's what I enjoy too.
Nice. Yeah, and I mean, the weather is getting better.
Yeah,
it
was raining a lot, but it's getting better.
But it's getting better to do some running outside.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Yeah.
All right. So where can our listeners find more information about you? I know you have Instagram.
Yeah. I do have Instagram. It's just Felicitas Hendricks. Pretty simple. I'm gonna say my Instagram is not really about myself. It's basically turned into a Drombusch fan page.
That's good.
It's only horses, but yeah, I love it.
Like they will learn about Drombusch and about yourself a little bit as well. That's great. That's great. Well, thanks a lot for your time today.
Thank you.
I enjoyed our conversation and you taking the time today to do it. That's awesome. So, and I wish you the best the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right.